Once upon a time, in a kingdom bathed by the golden rays of the African sun, there lived a wise and noble king named Abioi. His lands were a tapestry of vibrant traditions, where every corner echoed with music and laughter. King Abioi had a son, Prince Eze, whose charm and generosity made him the pride of the kingdom. As the years passed, King Abioi grew older, and one day he summoned Prince Eze to his chambers. "My son," he began, his voice calm yet filled with wisdom, "our kingdom needs a queen. It is time for you to marry. A true ruler must share his crown with one who can bear the weight of the throne and the love of the people." Prince Eze, wise beyond his years, understood the depth of his father's request. He knew that choosing a wife went beyond beauty. It required kindness, intellect, and strength of character. After much reflection, a plan began to form in his mind. "I shall set a challenge," announced Prince Eze. "A series of trials to find a woman whose heart shines brighter than all. She will be my queen." In the kingdom lived two friends, Adanna and Ifeoma, both renowned for their beauty and grace. They were as inseparable as the rising and setting sun, different yet united. When the prince's proclamation reached them, both were filled with excitement. "I wonder what the challenge will be," they pondered aloud, promising to support one another no matter the outcome. The day of the announcement arrived, and the village square buzzed with vibrant colors and energy. The girls, dressed in their finest garments, gathered like a garden in full bloom. Among them, Adanna and Ifeoma stood out, as dazzling as twin stars in the evening sky. When Prince Eze stepped forward, the crowd fell silent. His deep, clear voice rang out over the gathered people. "The challenge will consist of 3 parts," he declared. "The first, a dance of grace and rhythm. The second, a culinary contest. The third and final part will remain a surprise." The hearts of the girls beat faster, each of them dreaming of becoming queen. Adanna and Ifeoma exchanged silent glances, promising to rejoice for one another, no matter who won. As the trials began, their friendship was tested, but they remained true to their bond. The first trial, the dance competition, was about to begin. The prince, known for his wisdom and kindness, watched from the royal balcony as the music filled the air. The rhythmic sound of drums and hand claps set the stage. One by one, the girls stepped forward, their movements a perfect blend of elegance and energy. When it was Adanna and Ifeoma's turn, they poured their hearts into their performance, their steps flowing like the waters of the Ndembo River. When their dance ended, the crowd erupted into applause, and even Prince Eze stood, offering them a rare standing ovation. By the end of the day, the judges announced the 7 best dancers, who would proceed to the next round. Adanna and Ifeoma were among them. Filled with joy, they hugged each other tightly. That evening, as the village buzzed with talk of the day's events, Ifeoma returned home to find her mother waiting for her with an unusual seriousness. Her mother, a successful beadmaker, had long dreamed of supplying the palace. "Ifeoma," she began firmly but with ambition, "this is your chance to secure our family's future. You must do whatever it takes to win, even if it means leaving Adanna behind. She is no longer just your friend, she is now your rival." Ifeoma was shocked. Her heart ached between the love she felt for her mother and her loyalty to Adanna. That night, she lay awake, torn. Adanna was more than a friend. She was like a sister to her. How could she betray that bond? Meanwhile, Adanna was preparing for the next day, harboring a small secret. Despite her friendship with Ifeoma, she had her own plan to stand out in the upcoming challenge: cooking. The next morning, the palace was filled with the aroma of spices and sizzling ingredients. The second trial began. Each girl was tasked with preparing a dish worthy of a queen, and Prince Eze himself would taste their creations. Ifeoma worked calmly, her hands skillfully preparing a dish passed down through her family. Adanna, equally talented, poured her soul into her meal, though her thoughts kept returning to her mother's words. As the trial progressed, their friendship began to feel the strain. By the end of the day, the palace was filled with the fragrant scents of the dishes, but the tension between Adanna and Ifeoma had grown. Neither knew what the other was thinking, but both realized that the path to becoming queen might require more than just talent. It might test the very foundation of their connection. Thus, in the kingdom of Ndembo, after a day of breathtaking dances and culinary delights, the search for a queen with a pure heart was just beginning. The royal kitchen was filled with the fragrant aromas of spices, herbs, and sizzling delicacies as each girl presented her dish to the prince. Prince Eze tasted each dish, his face remaining calm and unreadable, like the cover of an unopened book. When it was Adanna's turn, she presented a dish steeped in family history, a secret recipe passed down from her mother. It was a vibrant blend of flavors, prepared with love and skill. The prince took his first bite, and something remarkable happened. He paused, savoring the taste, and for the first time all day, a smile appeared on his face. "This," he said, his voice echoing across the hall, "is the most extraordinary dish I have ever tasted. My search is over. I have found my queen." A collective gasp swept through the hall. The contest abruptly ended, leaving the other girls stunned and the villagers buzzing with excitement. While some speculated that Adanna's dish had been enchanted, most rejoiced in her victory, for the prince's happiness meant prosperity for the kingdom. Adanna was escorted to the palace to begin her new life as the future queen. Her kindness and respect for the royal family won the hearts of everyone within the palace walls. But outside those walls, things began to change. Her bond with Ifeoma, once unbreakable, started to crack. As Adanna's responsibilities grew, so did the distance between her and Ifeoma. Every time Ifeoma visited the palace, she was told that Adanna was busy. Hurt and confused, Ifeoma watched as her closest friend transformed into someone she barely recognized. Surrounded by luxury, Adanna seemed to have forgotten the simple joys of their shared past. Then, tragedy struck the kingdom. King Abena, Prince Eze's father, passed away, leaving the entire kingdom in mourning. With the death of the king, Prince Eze ascended to the throne, and Adanna prepared for her coronation as queen. But according to the village traditions, the queen's coronation required a final trial. She must bear an heir to solidify her place beside the king. Months turned into years, yet Adanna remained childless. This burden weighed heavily on both her and Prince Eze. Desperate, the prince sought the counsel of the village priest, known for his wisdom and spiritual insight. On a scorching hot day, he went to the priest, hoping to uncover the cause of their troubles. After a conversation with the wise elder, Prince Eze was shaken by a shocking revelation. The priest revealed the dark truth about the cooking contest. He disclosed that Adanna had used deceit to win. Concerned, the prince returned to the palace and called Adanna for a private conversation. He asked her about the contest and if there was anything she had been hiding. At first, Adanna hesitated, reluctant to confess. She wanted to deny it all, but deep down, she knew that hiding the truth would help neither her nor the kingdom. With a heavy heart, she finally admitted the truth. She had used a love potion in her dish, and that was why the prince had chosen her. Adanna explained that the night before the contest, she had overheard Ifeoma and her mother plotting to do whatever it took to win. Feeling desperate, Adanna turned to a mysterious healer who gave her the potion. When the prince tasted her dish, he could not resist falling in love with her. The news of Adanna's betrayal spread quickly throughout the kingdom. Shocked and stunned, everyone had a hard time believing she would go to such lengths. The truth of her deceit shattered the admiration the people once had for her. Instead of the future queen, she was now known as the girl who cheated to win. Once the truth came to light, Adanna was forced to leave the palace. Her dream of ruling the kingdom was crushed. The prince, heartbroken and disappointed, took an important lesson from the events that had unfolded. But as time passed, he began to see Ifeoma in a new light. Ifeoma had always been kind, honest, and loyal, qualities that Prince Eze came to value more and more. Realizing that it was Ifeoma who had always supported him with a pure heart, he proposed to her, asking her to be his queen. Though surprised by the proposal, Ifeoma felt an immense happiness. She had always admired the prince for his kindness, knowing he would be a fair and wise king. Without hesitation, she accepted his offer, and soon they were married, starting a new chapter of their lives together. Ifeoma had a child, and the kingdom was filled with joy. It was a moment of celebration for all. The prince had finally found his queen, someone who truly loved him and the people. Under the reign of Prince Eze and Queen Ifeoma, the kingdom became a brighter, happier place. They ruled with love, kindness, and honesty, always prioritizing the well-being of the people. Under their leadership, the kingdom grew stronger and more content. The people adored their rulers for their fairness and care. Queen Ifeoma showed everyone what it truly meant to be a queen. It wasn't just about beauty or living in a palace. It was about having a kind heart and caring for others. Because of their reign, the kingdom became a place of joy, unity, and peace. The story of Prince Eze and Queen Ifeoma was passed down from generation to generation as a tale of rulers who brought prosperity to their land. Their legacy was intertwined with love, wisdom, and harmony. The tale of Prince Eze, Ifeoma, and Adanna offers valuable lessons. It reminds us that true beauty lies not only in appearance, but in actions and character. Adanna's fall serves as a warning about the consequences of deceit and pride. In contrast, Ifeoma's rise to the throne illustrates the power of honesty, loyalty, and a loving heart. This story teaches that selfishness and betrayal lead to downfall, while true leadership is born from love, honesty, and respect for others. Ultimately, the tale reminds us that virtues like determination, kindness, and humility are the qualities that truly deserve admiration.